In the shadows of the mind where secrets hide, we dive into the dark where truth collides.
Forensic minds unravel the twisted thread. True crime tales from the living and the dead.
Why did they do it? To help, for love, in anger or insane? Who will remember them? Who is to blame? The victims deserve justice. The guilty should be until the end of time. Echoes of the past in every crime.
All right, everybody. I hope you are doing very, very well. I told you I'd be back. It just sort of took me a little bit of time, and you know why? Because I got completely wrapped up in the Mackenzie Shirella case. So thank you, Texas Lassie. You're amazing for sending me in that direction. In fact, I'm so deep into it that I want to do it justice. I want to do a really good, video on it. So I've just found where True Crime Circus had one of their friends interrogation that showed that Mackenzie Shirella was into voodoo. So it is crazy, Texas Lassie. Exactly the kind of case that I love. And you are my hero today. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's tons of information out there. It's unbelievable. It is. So I want to do it justice. I don't want to do just a real quick little, let's listen to the phone calls. I want to be able to do background and everything so that everybody's on the same page, because it is listening to the way she talks to her mom and the weird gypsy language. Yeah, it is crazy. All right. Now then, here's what I decided to do. We are going to hear Wendy's testimony. Everybody thinks it will be Monday. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Texas Lassie. Her boyfriend's friends are who got attention of the police by sharing their Life 360. Wow. You see, Texas Lassie, you ought to do a live with me. We ought to do it together. You know everything about the case. That's amazing. Yeah, so I really want to get into the thick of it and really, cover it and talk about it. It's a great case. So thank you so much. So those of us that are watching the Adelson trial, Donna Adelson, the matriarchal murderess, right? It People believe that we are going to see her testify on Monday. People really kind of thought that she was going to testify on Friday, and so I don't really know what happened with Judge Everett. He got really, really angry at the defense. It seemed like the defense and the prosecutors maybe they were intentionally trying to irritate one another, but nevertheless, Judge Everett finally had enough and, yelled at them. And to make a long story short, Wendi sat out in the hallway all day and was never called. And so she got to spend a nice little weekend in Tallahassee. Who deserves it more, I ask you? And so we believe that she will be testifying on Monday. And when I was watching Luis Rivera testify, I kept thinking to myself, damn it, I should have watched his old testimony before this. And I dropped the ball on that, right? So I said, this is what we ought to do. We ought to look at Wendy's testimony, her police interrogation. We ought to really kind of refresh our memory on all of this so that when she gets up there on Monday, we will all be like front and center, and we will be able to pick out if she forgets or loses control of the narrative, right? Poor old Madonna, right? Yep. That's a cute name. I like that sarcasm for sure. All right. So, what do you guys think? You, for all of you that are in here, what is the one thing that makes you think Donna is totally guilty of what she's been accused of? Like, is there a piece of evidence? Is there a particular way that she acted at some given time? Like, what do you think that do you just really, really trust Georgia Cappleman and the police, the investigators? Like, how do you think about it? And then the other big question, are Donna and Wendi separate? Can it really be, as Donna said, that, oh yeah, sure, Wendy's innocent, she won't talk to her brother, she doesn't care what's happening in her family, she stays away from us, and now she's innocent, kind of giving that impression that they all did all this for her and then she abandoned them. Do you think that Wendi really was not aware, or do you think they're just about sick of Wendi? Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard to listen to and not think she's get. I mean, she's basically planning to abandon her life, isn't she? Well, one time she actually talks about ending her life. I personally think Wendi will be arrested the day Donna is found guilty. She was aware. She told police in the first interview. Well, that's what we're going to listen to, Retha. That's why I wanted to go back and listen to this. And I'm hearing too that Donna is jumping up and down and throwing a fit that she wants to testify. I think because Wendi won't cooperate, they're getting ready to throw her under the bus, right, Martian Planet? It, you can hear you could hear the incredulity in Charlie's voice the day he was found guilty, where he was saying to his mom and dad, he was going like, really, like, what makes you to say, you're just gonna drive by? That was so weird that she happened to drive by. He knew. He knew. Fleeing to Vietnam. And Fancy Nancy, riddle me this. Are they stupid as hell? Why did they buy a one-way ticket to Vietnam? Like, they didn't even anticipate that they were going to need an alibi? How about booking like an excursion filled 7 countries in 7 days, and then when they get to Vietnam, they don't get back on the plane? Cheap, right? Oh, miserly Donna had done her in. For sure. Was that no extradition policy? Yeah. Or I guess law is accurate. Okay, so I wanted to listen to this. I hope you guys are not like bored with the Adelson stuff, and but I wanted to listen to this, and then I want to listen to all of her testimony in the previous trials, and then on Monday we will be ready, right? We'll be ready to step up to the plate and catch her in any of her nonsense. All right, peeps, here we go. Oh, and look at that wonderful actress. I've seen you act. Do your best, Wendy. Come on. Come on. I mean, she seems like she's waiting for the curtain to go up, doesn't she? Why isn't she sobbing right here? She's not shaking. Go up and the orchestra to start. Uh, you're on.
Reggie,
I just listened to my voicemail.
what'd you
You're
hear?
on, Donna.
Um,
Wendy.
Who was your voicemail?
It's from Lisa Carey, who is my real estate agent, or who I had gone with to find a house. She just said she was driving around town and she heard there was a shooting on Trescott.
Yeah, that's what this is about. I'm sorry you had to hear it that way.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if I should.
It's all right, just leave it there.
Okay, so let's leave it there, detective. She says, and I quote, I just listened to my voicemail from my realtor. That's weird, but okay, I can go with the small town Southern Rose thing, okay? And she said there's been a shooting on Prescott where my children spent the night last night. Anybody notice that? She supposedly has no idea right now what we're looking at right here. She has no idea why they've picked her up from her luncheon with the Southern Bells. Ma'am, I'm so sorry to interrupt your fine, nutritional, social event, but we have just a little bit of a kerfuffle. We need you to come down to the station with me and the boys. We need to have us a little talk, Miss Wendi. I hope you'll be able to go with us. Let me give you a cold bottle of water. Okay, so she goes down with the boys and they leave her sitting in an interrogation room. And she's like, damn, I didn't even finish my damn salad. This sucks. I'm starving. Then she checks her voicemails and it's her realtor. And her realtor says, oh my, Miss Wendi, have you heard the news? There's been a shooting on Prescott. Okay. And Miss Wendi doesn't say, holy shit, that's where my kids are. Or at the very least, that's where they spent the night last night. Right? This is so ridiculous.
Is it still on?
It's right there.
Do you want to just hit play again for me?
Sure.
I just want you to know everything I know, detective. I wouldn't want you to think that I had prior knowledge of a murder. It's just right there, detective, wide open on the table for you to see, sir. And my children slept on the Prescott Avenue last night, but I'm not worried about it.
Hey, it's Lisa Carey. It is Friday, and I feel like an idiot doing this, but I just heard that there was a shooting over on Trescott, and I promise I'm not trying to be dramatic or even nosy. I don't know.
But let me be direct and nosy and melodramatic.
Checking on you, my friend. I hope all is well. I hope your sweet boys are well, and if there's anything you need, let me know. It just ran a chill down my spine when I heard that there was something going on Trescott. All right, 212-3083. I hope all is well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
can stop it. Or does it stop automatically?
It's done.
Okay. Do you have your identification with you?
And still she doesn't say, are my kids okay? Is Danny okay? So ridiculous.
So you never took the last name of Markle?
No.
Adelson.
Detective, it may come as a big shock to you, but ever since, I don't know, 1999, lots of women don't take the names of their husbands. There's a lot of women that are professionals and they use their maiden name when they start their profession, and when they get married, they don't see any reason to upend their entire career. So they just keep their name. And a lot of women keep their name and hyphenate, which is, I don't hyphenate. I go by my maiden name, last name. But yeah, he's like, you never took his name. More evidence? No, not evidence. Pretty normal for the young women of today. I am an old woman, but the young women, there's a lot of them that get married and they don't take the names of their husbands. Now, this is the detective that testified the other day.
There was a shooting at your home, or your ex-husband's home, at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. He's not going to survive.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What about my kids? Where are my kids? They were at the daycare this morning. He didn't pick them up.
This morning. What happened?
Well, before we get into everything, I have to establish where you were and who you were with and so forth.
Okay.
Okay. And then once we've established all.
Detective, I have an alibi all day since starting at 4 this morning. I have been with people. I have made sure that today, of all day, I would be with the folks. I have been with all kinds of folks. There hasn't been 1 minute of my day when I have been alone. Okay, it's a little suspect, Wendi. Most single women have a lot of time when they're alone.
All that, I can give you more details.
Okay.
Do you understand why I wanted you to come here before I discuss this?
Oh my God.
You act, Wendi. You're gonna have to give an Academy Award performance.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, you have nothing to be sorry about.
Okay,
I
Wendi.
just don't understand.
I'm sure it comes as quite a shock, honey.
Can you let me get over this hump, okay? Can we do that first? All right. Can you tell me what time you left your house this morning?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't leave this morning. I didn't leave until noon.
Okay. And
Oh my God. And I tried to drive up Trescott and I saw
Oh
that
my
it was blocked.
God!
it was.
Oh my God! The only time I was alone, I was driving towards the shooting. Oh my
Blocked at some
God!
point. I'm not sure what time it was
And I
blocked.
just thought, oh, there's maybe some trees down or something. Because sometimes
Oh, you're saying as you drove down
Right,
which one of the side roads?
when I I'm going to a friend's party tonight, and it's a oh my god, what am I even talking about? I needed to buy, it's a stock the shelf engagement party, and so I went to buy bourbon.
Okay.
So I went to drive from my place up Trescott to get to ABC Liquor, and
Bullet bourbon, to be specific. I don't know. Call me skeptical. If I had been an investigator on this case, I would have brought in the friends that said, "Hey, bring us a bottle of Bullet whiskey." Yeah, I would.
it was
Bourbon.
blocked, so I just turned around. I was on the phone at the time. I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
Right.
So I just turned around and drove up the other way. I just thought, oh, sometimes when I lived there were electrical things that would happen.
So electrical things and fallen trees. They put up crime scene tape, Wendy? I don't think I've ever seen crime scene tape for a fallen tree or electrical wires. I've seen trucks blocking the way with lights on them. Crime scene tape? I don't know about that.
I left my house around 12:15 because I thought I'll get the bourbon and then I'll get some gas for the car and maybe get super glue for one of the boys' toys. And I was trying to do all I can before meeting my two friends at 1.
Okay, who was at your house this morning?
The only person that was at my house this morning was a guy from Best Buy because my TV was broken and it's under warranty.
Easy for you.
Yeah, I figured.
What is Chase Hughes saying? These tiny superfluous details that don't have anything to do with the question asked, those are often big neon signs that say a lie has been told here. When he says, "Who is at your house?" why didn't you just say there was a repairman? We have to say, "Oh, it was a repairman from Best Buy because I have a TV. My brother Charlie got it for me. My little boy threw a toy, broke it, and my brother makes bad jokes." Wendy, you just answered the damn question. A repairman was there. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
A guy from Best Buy was at your house to work on your TV?
I have his name and everything at the house if you want it, because the boys broke the TV, so he gave me a choice of fixing it or getting a new one.
Wait a minute. She literally laughed. Watch this. Holy hell, Wendy. Do you remember what your mother said, young lady? The performance of your life. You're grieving, Wendy. You're frightened, Wendy. You're in shock, Wendy. People don't laugh when all that's going on. Watch her laugh.
Because my TV was broken and it's under warranty.
Easy for you.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, a guy from Best Buy was at your house to work on your TV?
I have his name and everything at the house if you want it, because the boys broke the TV, so.
That is so cute. It is just like those wild, rambunctious boys to break a $6,000 TV. Oh, don't we just love the little tots?
He gave me a choice of fixing it or getting a new one.
What time did he come to the house?
He called me at around 8. He was probably there until around 10.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
and then after he left, I kept working on a paper, and
what was it about?
I emailed the paper to a librarian at school to work on some of the citations.
Okay.
And I don't think I talked to anyone else, but I was just working for an hour or so from the house I was gonna take a shower, but I didn't. I ran out of time. I did laundry, and then I left the house around noon.
To go to the liquor store and the stuff for the party.
Yeah,
Okay, you went down which road you said?
I went down Trescott.
Okay.
I saw a police car there, and I just thought it was blocked, so I just turned around and drove to. I went down the rest of Centerville, went up Benton, took Benton across, went to ABC Liquors, bought the bourbon.
I'm a little confused. You're up on Centerville Road. What's your purpose of driving down Trescott?
It's usually the shortcut to get to Monroe.
To get to Monroe?
I usually take it as a cut through to get to Thomasville or Monroe.
Okay, all right. So
I don't know why I said Monroe. I was thinking Mosaic, Monroe, Thomasville.
Okay, so when you come down into town on Centerville,
I almost always cut through Trescott.
and just drive by your old house?
Well, I do it as a way of like coming to terms with the divorce, but yeah.
Oh, it's therapy. She goes down Trescott as therapy, guys. How dare you second guess this poor woman?
Sometimes I drive there. If I'm too sad, I drive around.
Okay.
If the kids aren't home and I know they're not home, I feel better about driving by the house. But yeah, it's shorter and I just usually drive by.
It's shorter than going all the way down to Benton.
All the way down Centerville and around Benton. It's just a shortcut I always took.
Okay, so you turned around and went back to Centerville, I take it?
Yeah.
Down to Benton and went to the liquor store down there on Thomasville?
Yeah.
The one at Benton Road?
ABC Liquors, it's at Benton. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Did you make a purchase there?
Yeah.
And that was sometime after 12?
Probably 12:30.
Okay. All right.
And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol. And so they wanted bourbon. And I asked the guy, we had a whole conversation about bourbon and my eyes. Like,
your eyes?
He just,
oh, ding, 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 ding. First problem. What's the problem? Let's listen to that again. What an interesting moment this is.
Yeah.
The one at Benton Road?
ABC Liquors, it's at Benton. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Did you make a purchase there?
Yeah.
And that was sometime after 12?
Probably 12:30.
Okay. All right.
And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol. And so they wanted bourbon. And I asked the guy, we had a whole conversation about bourbon and my eyes. Like,
your eyes?
He just said, your eyes are.
Okay, guys. She doesn't know a lot about liquor. She certainly doesn't know anything about bourbon. So she's asking the worker for some help, right? Hey, excuse me, fine sir. Would you help me and my fake blue eyes find just the right bourbon as a gift? I need the proper gift bourbon. Isn't that what she just said? Correct me if I'm wrong. I myself did add in that little tidbit about help me get the perfect gift bourbon, but she's clearly saying they're talking about bourbon because she doesn't know anything about it and she needs help picking out a bourbon. Put a 1 if that's what you heard or it surmise. And while you're deciding if you're going to put a 1 that you surmise that she is saying they talked about bourbon because she doesn't know anything about it, put a 2 if you think, nope, she was flirting with the dude. Listen again.
Yeah.
Down to Benton and went to the liquor store down there on Thomasville?
Yeah.
The one at Benton Road?
ABC Liquors, it's at Benton. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Did you make a purchase there?
Yeah.
And that was sometime after 12?
Probably 12:30.
Okay. All right.
And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol. And so
I don't really buy that much alcohol. And I don't know anything about bourbon.
they wanted bourbon. And I asked the guy, we had a whole conversation about bourbon. And
I asked God, they wanted bourbon. I don't really know anything about bourbon. I don't buy a lot of alcohol, you know. I asked the guy for help, right? Is that what she said? Tell me the truth. Come on, Fancy Nancy and DB. Don't fail me now. She literally says, she asked the guy, she doesn't buy a lot of alcohol. She doesn't know anything about bourbon.
Did you make a purchase there?
Yeah.
And that was sometime after 12?
Probably 12:30.
Okay. All right.
And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol, and so they wanted bourbon, and I asked the guy. We had a whole conversation about bourbon, and
We had a whole conversation about bourbon. I don't really buy much alcohol, don't know much about it myself, but I'm going to a party and they asked me for some bourbon. And so I asked the little guy for some help. Sir, please help me. I don't know anything about bourbon. What's the best one? What's the best brand? Is this the most expensive you've got? What's the problem with this, guys? What's wrong with this? I don't know anything about this case, but I'm going to say too, April, do not be a follower. The right answer is 1. April, quick, change your vote. Put a 1. Retha got the right answer. Listen, she says they had a conversation. She doesn't know about it. They wanted bourbon. Yay, April! Woo! You go, girl. You won. You and Retha are the winners. She doesn't know anything about it, and so she's having a whole conversation with the dude about bourbon, right? What? You think they're talking about how to make it, or you think they're talking about what's good? What's the best tasting? Is there any desirable collectible bourbon? Correct? Here's the reason why it's a problem. Here's the reason why this is a indicator of Wendy's guilt. Because later, when everybody's eyebrow shot up because they said, "You bought what? Bullet? Bourbon?" Even old brother Charlie said, I mean, can you believe it, Mom? Who buys Bullet bourbon? It's just a coincidence, isn't it? Everybody's eyebrow went up and went, Bullet? You bought a brand name of bourbon called Bullet? Here's the problem. When she's on the witness stand and they say you bought Bullet bourbon, she produces an invitation. She produces an invitation in which her friend, the lady that invited her to the party, writes on the invitation, bring a bottle of Bullet bourbon. Okay, riddle me this, DB. Why is she having to have a full conversation with a stranger about everything bourbon if she already knows she's going into the store to buy a bottle of Bullet? You want to know what I think happened? I think that she went in, she went in and she saw Bullet and she got all excited and said, huh, isn't this interesting? I'll just do this as a little secret little joke for myself, right? She went in not thinking, obviously, and bought the Bullet bourbon. Well, then when the investigation turns up into full roar, she says, holy hell. Or maybe Charlie yelled at her and said, you are so stupid, Wendi. The police collected the bourbon as evidence because the brand name is Bullet. What's wrong with you? And then old Wendi reached out to her friends and said, y'all just know I would never hurt Dan. He was my husband. I loved him so. It was all a big misunderstanding. Please, please send me a fake invitation naming Bullet bourbon so that my ass doesn't go to prison. And I think her friends, being good friends, said, of course, oh my God, of course you would never hurt Danny. Of course, this is the craziest thing that you and your family are under investigation. My God, those 2 men did it. Those men, those Latin kings, Oh, my poor Wendy. My poor Wendy. I'm happy to help you with a piece of fake evidence. Uh-huh. Right? I think so. And then in the meantime, back at the ranch, Charlie is sitting around talking about, put another log on the fire and pour me up a glass of bullet bourbon. Just so ridiculous. Mm-mm-mm.
Right.
My eyes, like,
Your eyes.
he just said your eyes are really blue,
Right.
and
You have contacts?
I do.
Okay.
But I just remembered it.
Right.
So I bought the bourbon and got some gas on Thomasville and met my friends at Mosaic.
Which gas station did you go to on Thomasville?
The one that's, I always forget the name, but the one that's close to the cross street. It's right next to the Goodwill.
Okay.
If you're heading north on Thomasville. If you're heading north on Thomasville, it's on your right.
Okay. Just past the Goodwill
Just
place?
past the Goodwill. It's close to the intersection there.
Okay. All right. And then from that point, you went straight to the
Went to Mosaic
restaurant?
and met friends there. I used to have kind of a steady Friday meeting, and I hadn't seen my two friends in a while. And so we had made plans to meet up.
What time did you get to Mosaic?
About 1. I was a little late. We were supposed to meet at 1, and I got there a few minutes after.
Okay. All right. I know it's cold in here. Okay.
I think that's not why.
Okay. I know it's part of it, but do you know anybody that would have?
You might be a little frightened, Wendy. Maybe you're scared. Maybe that's why you're shivering, is because you're afraid. Please notice the time here. We have been in this so-called interrogation for mere minutes.
A beef against your ex-husband?
He's oh my God.
I hate to ask it now, but I have to do it now. You understand, right?
I understand. He had friends. He always meant well, but he would sometimes rub people the wrong way.
Okay.
But not.
He always meant well. You divorced him, honey. What? Now you're rising above the fray?
Anyone would do something like this?
Anybody that he owes money to?
No, he owes money to me.
He owes money to you?
Okay. Well, I mean, he owes money to Wendy, and there's that little problem with the Jewish mafia in New York State. There was that problem. But I'm so ever sure that they wouldn't want Danny Markell dead, right?
Not me.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh my God, oh.
I'm so sorry.
I know a lot of people didn't really love him, but I don't know anyone who would do something like this.
Well, we're still trying to determine, what happened and how it happened.
But he wouldn't do this to himself.
Okay.
What? What? What did that mean? We are currently about 8 minutes into this statement. All right. Since the camera started rolling, it's been 11 minutes. But since the detective actually came in and sat down and they revealed there was a shooting on Trescott, we're looking at around 8 minutes. Okay. Just interesting timing.
Very positive person.
Okay.
No
one that you know of or that he's spoken to recently that he's had some type of problem with or that he was concerned about?
No one that he was concerned about. I mean, we've been separated for 2 years, so I don't know,
right.
If he had something going on, I wouldn't know about it, but I mean,
again, that little problem with the Jewish mafiosa in New York State, that was going on. Funny that you didn't bring that up. I don't know if somebody I knew was fighting the Jewish mafia legally in a courtroom, um, and they got assassinated, I might bring that up. Oh, well, he's been involved in this terrible, terrible case up north in New York. And, he's basically taking on the entire Jewish establishment, and people are very angry with him. But no, she can't recall that. Mm-mm, that would never happen. They don't want to wish him any trouble.
I had lost my voice earlier this week, and so we had put off this conversation about our son's school and where he was going to go, and he I can't. I know a lot of people didn't love him, but not anyone who would like hate him.
Okay.
He meant well, everyone that knew him.
Okay.
Well, let's think about this, Wendi. You say that, not anyone hated him. You hated him, rightfully so. I mean, he was dragging you through the courthouse. He was threatening to take your law license. You could not get legal representation because he was calling all the lawyers around first before you did so that they couldn't take your case. There was a lot going on that you were very unhappy with him. So you said, well, not everyone hated him. How ironic is it, I ask you guys, how ironic that the very people that actually pulled the trigger, they didn't hate him at all. They didn't even know the man. They simply wanted a new motorcycle. So I thought this was very interesting that she throws out this flack, hate. Maybe I'll get them thinking about his enemies, the people that hate him. But nobody really hated him. He was an academic. He just spent each day going about his business, doing his job.
That he means well, but he can be a little like argumentative,
Right.
but not. He didn't owe anyone money. He didn't do anything except work and take care of his kids. He wasn't involved in anything bad.
Okay.
I can't believe this is happening.
I know. And he was a professor at the law school. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And your divorce has been 2 years, or the total separation, I'm assuming?
Total separation's been 2 years. Our divorce was finalized last summer around this time.
Okay.
He wouldn't do this to himself. He has a girlfriend now.
Do you know his girlfriend?
I met her.
That's the other thing that really plays poorly, doesn't it? That she keeps trying to suggest that it was a suicide. He wouldn't do this to himself. He just wouldn't do this. What? What does that mean? You're being questioned because there's been a shooting. If they thought he harmed himself, there would not be any question about who did it. You know what I mean, Wendi? It's really strange. She's just throwing out all kinds of flack. She's trying to do anything she can do except get attention on her.
Once in the last couple of weeks, she was visiting. She lives in New York.
Okay. Do you know anything about her?
I know some things about her. She's also a law professor. I know she's recently divorced and she has a son. I don't know if her divorce is final, but I think recently divorced.
Where's she a law professor
At NYU.
NYU.
And they seemed very happy. And I mean, I think that was a really good thing in his life. He seemed really happy about it. She came down here, she met the boys, and I met her, and she told me how great she loved the boys. It seemed fine.
She ever stay at the house with him?
Just that one time.
When was that?
I remember because I just got back from being with my family in South Florida. Um, sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
You're doing great.
There's another thought here, right? She's painting this picture to this detective that Danny's new girlfriend, an NYU professor, um, that that's so great and that was a high point in his life and that was so wonderful, right? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, what has she got for her? Right? She really doesn't like the work she's doing. She feels very frustrated that she's not getting along with the guy she's dating. If you listen to him, she actually was running around with a lot of different men. Is it possible if Danny has got this great girlfriend with a fancy job that Wendi was hungry for? Wendi was hungry to have a position of significance, right? That was a big part of why she wanted to go back down to Miami, is because there was a high paying job down there that had been promised to her. And so she was really dissatisfied about her career. She was frustrated, and all of her problems could be solved in Miami. It wasn't simply about Donna and the children. That Wendi herself was like a fish out of water, literally. From her perspective, my guess is her life was in Miami. Her parents would be able to take care of the kids. She would have a highly prestigious job that would give her her narcissistic supply that she was so hungry for, and lots of guys to date, right? Instead, she's kind of stuck living in the sleepy suburbs. In Miami, it's exciting and it's a very mobile place, new people coming in and out, big money hot shots, big accomplishment types of people. It's an active world. Tallahassee is the place that you go when you're ready to retire, when you're ready for a beautiful, quiet, safe home, right? And she didn't want that at all. She had that with Danny. So I think a big part of the divorce and her hungry to be down south was all about her life, and that the Donna having the boys was just gravy. That the big attraction was the sexy job, dating wealthy, players, spending her free time on the beaches. So imagine her reaction that Danny shows up with a fancy NYU law professor. Wow. Was that a kick in her stomach or was that a kick in her stomach? And then the woman is standing there telling Wendi, I just love the boys. Your kids are so wonderful. I just love them. Was Wendi frightened that Dan would marry Amy and he would take the kids away from her? Was she really terrified about being replaced as mom? I don't know. Wild speculation.
So what date was it? I went with my family. It was my dad's 70th birthday and we went home for it. So his birthday was the 5th. I left Monday the 30th. So she must have come into town Saturday, the evening of the 28th.
What month?
June.
This past June.
Just now. So June 28th. And then and then she was there with the boys the 29th, and then I met her on the morning of the 30th when I picked up the kids to take them to South Florida.
Do you know when she left?
I could probably find it like in my email and stuff. I think she was here for like one more day, and then Danny went up to New York because I was with the kids in Miami for a good long while. I was there. I drove back July 10th, so I was there almost 2 weeks. And so I think he went up the next day.
Okay. Do you know her name?
I do. It's Amy Adler. Oh my gosh.
A.D.
Adler.
And she's a professor of law at
Yeah.
NYU?
Yeah, she's fancy girl.
What kind of car does she drive?
I have no idea. I have no idea. She has a car. She lives in New York City.
Well, so I mean, she was driving down. I mean, she flew down here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was probably driving Danny's car.
Do you have her phone number?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know how long they were dating even. It seemed kind of serious if she met the kids, but I don't really know. He's been going up to New York for like conferences and stuff since Lincoln was about a few months old. So he's been going up there 3.5 years. So my guess was that they might have known each other for a long time, but have been dating. I don't know how long.
Well, let me ask you something. Does his relationship with her have anything to do with your all's divorce?
No.
No, it had nothing to do with
No.
an extramarital affair or anything?
No, but the only thing I'm thinking is Amy, I don't know what Amy's whole divorce situation is like. So if you're gonna think of someone who's not thrilled with Danny, I don't know how happy her husband or ex-husband is with the situation.
Do you know anything about him?
I don't know anything about him.
So you know Amy Adler, she's a professor at NYU. She was down here from the end of June through the first part of July.
I think just a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
As visiting, but he'd been seeing her when he goes to New York on these conference trips.
Well, he's in New York in the summertime. We have a week on, week off schedule with the boys. So whenever I have them for a week, he goes up to New York for a week. So he's been spending a lot of time up there.
Did he relay to you that he'd been seeing her up in New York, or that's where they met, or anything of that nature?
He didn't tell me about it, but I feel like he was pretty vocal with like our friends and people probably since December about her being his girlfriend. So
Okay. Who would be his best friend?
When we were still together, he had 2 best friends. Neither of them are in Tallahassee.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm completely blanking on their last names right now.
That's
There's
okay.
Matt.
Your house.
Matt Price. That was his best man at our wedding. And Josh Berman, who Matt is in DC and Josh is in New York. Actually, he has a friend. I don't know if they're so close, but he and the boys sleep over at their house a lot. They're in Cairo, Georgia.
Okay.
That's probably his closest friend here.
Do you know his name?
His name's Alex Greenberg. He's a veterinarian in town, and they've got kids around the same age as our kids.
He's a vet here in town?
Mm-hmm. And I think
Do you know
they're
where his
close.
office is?
I don't. Maybe in Cairo.
Oh, he doesn't have office in Tallahassee.
I don't think so.
He's a vet in Cairo.
Their house is in Cairo. His wife is a dentist. I don't know if her practice is in town or in Cairo either. His wife is Maya, M-Y-A.
Okay. You're being very helpful. Okay, I know it's hard.
I'm trying.
You're doing fine.
What's happening.
You're doing fine. I know it's all of a shock. I know it's coming to you all at once. Okay.
I don't know who would do this.
Okay. Well, it appears from what we've seen so far that someone intentionally hurt Danny. Okay, intentionally. Okay, I don't think.
know who it is.
No, and I don't
What
think.
if they come after the boys?
I don't think that's going to be. I have no indication at this time that that's a threat.
DB, what did Barry Morphew do? You remember? When talking to the FBI agent, he blamed everyone, didn't he? He blamed everyone, including God. That's right, people. Barry Morphew, the abusive husband, blamed God for the disappearance and murder of his lovely wife, Suzanne. I think that this is a pattern of behavior among guilty people who kill their spouses. I think the plan is name everyone to keep the cops too busy and distracted to look at you. Is that right or is that right?
Okay, but the boys are going to stay with you. You're not going back over to Trescott. Okay.
No, I don't live there anymore.
I know you don't.
No, you don't.
But the boys are going to stay with you. Okay, and they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like this.
All right.
Well,
Where's your closest family at?
Have you ever heard a more narcissistic statement in your life? Let's think this through, ladies. You have just found out that the man that has made the last 2 years of your life misery, absolute misery. The man tried to take your law license, okay? For years, he's been coming for you. You've got so many knives in your back, you don't know what to do. And now you find out someone hates him just like you hate him. But you're innocent, right? You didn't do it. You had nothing to do with it. Are you literally going to say, no, 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 I cannot take care of the children of the murdered man? I myself am just too upset. You're overacting, Wendi. Who else do we know that overacted? And my dog stepped on a bee. Cringe. Amber Heard overacted on the witness stand. And the net effect was that the entire courtroom was laughing at her theatrics. That's what you just got here. This woman who has been used and abused for at least 2 years, going through this divorce from a hot shot, knowledgeable attorney. I mean, Dan Markel wrote the book, okay? He's the expert. He is using every trick that he can think of to hurt her in the same way that she hurt him. Remember, when this all started, this man did not want a divorce. He loved Wendi, he loved his family, he was a committed, loyal family man. This is not what he wanted. And then eventually he's like, okay, Wendi is Beelzebub, and I'm going to get everything that I can get, and I'm going to start dating, and to hell with her, right? He tried to take her law license. He tried to get money. He tried to do it all, rightfully so. She was horrible to him, all right? However, the point is, she has been put through the ringer. Now she learns all that's over. He can no longer take her to court. He can no longer threaten her. He can't do anything else to her. And her response is, I think I'm too upset. I'm not going to be able to take care of the kids that lost their dad. No, Wendi, don't stop. You may be sad about Danny. Just in general, it's horrific. It's a horrible thing that there's murder. But in terms of you seeking the divorce, you wanted the divorce. You already detached from him before you even filed for the divorce. You've been dating any manner of men, if Jeffrey Lacoste is telling the truth. Why are you going to be more upset about the death of Danny Markel than his children? Overacting. She stepped over the line.
With you.
And that's the difference between the Amber Heards of the world and the Meryl Streeps.
You're not going back over to Trescott. Okay.
No, I don't live there anymore.
I know you don't. But the boys are gonna stay with you, okay? And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like this.
All right, where's your closest family at?
Right, Sean?
My family actually just talked to my brother this morning. My parents are in Coral Springs.
Okay,
And my brother, I have two brothers, but I'm very close to one of them who is.
I just talked to my brother this weekend. He would never kill Danny. 13 minutes in. That's right. 13 minutes, knee to knee with the lead detective on the case. And she brings up old Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. You got screwed, buddy.
And
It's awful.
in Fort Lauderdale.
okay, all right.
He's a
So
terrible
everybody's,
actor.
that's where you're from originally, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
His family's in Canada. Did they know? Did you tell them?
No, they haven't been notified
Oh
yet.
God. His parents are
Okay. This is what I want to do, okay? This is what happened, okay? Daniel's been shot, okay? And we have to find out why and who did this. Can you help with that?
I will try.
Okay. What I want to do right now to try to expedite things, okay? But I need your permission.
No,
is I want to take your cell phone
absolutely
and
not.
download all the information out of it.
Sure.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. And then we're going to make arrangements for you to get the kids, or we'll get the kids somehow, okay? Because the kids are at daycare, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to need their mother,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I got to get a form for you to sign, and then I'm going to get the phone started, okay?
Oh my God. I have a lot of friends.
I know.
How do you know that?
Well, you had two of them up there for a last minute lunch date, right?
Last minute.
Well, I mean, you went up there, you're sitting with them, you have friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well. And I'm
Okay.
so scared that maybe someone did this. Not because they hate Danny, but because they thought this was good somehow.
Oh, are you saying that you,
Oh, isn't that special? That's so special. I wish I had friends like that. What about you guys? Do y'all have those kinds of friends that would kill anyone that mistreated you? How many of you can say, I have such great friends that if someone hurt my feelings, my friend would kill them? I mean, it's kind of like Miss Wendi is part of the Latin Kings, doesn't it? It's a weird thing to say. Oh, I just have so many friends, and Danny didn't treat me very well. And I just hope that someone didn't do this thinking that they were doing a nice thing. This detective's head spun around on his shoulders and he said, "What did you say?" Listen, that's great.
I have a lot of friends.
I know.
How do you know that?
Well, you had two of them up there for a last minute lunch date, right?
Last minute.
Well, I mean, you went up there, you're sitting with them, you have friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well. And I'm
Okay.
so scared that maybe someone did this. Not because they hate Danny, but because they thought this was good somehow.
Oh, are you saying that you think maybe one of your friends would have done something
Who
like
would
this?
do this?
I don't know. That's why you're here, and that's why we're talking. Would you ever ask someone to do something like this?
Not in a million years.
Okay.
What about
Do you think someone would do this for your benefit without asking you?
No.
What good does it deserve?
I made my brother,
Her brother? Well, it's just my brother had this little joke. He's just like that. He just makes bad jokes. We are 19 minutes into this statement. And old Charlie is about to get smushed like a bug under sister's big ass foot. You can't make this up. This crazy. And then never forget Charlie on the phone with his mom and his dad, and he's in shock, right? He just heard them say guilty, guilty, guilty. He knows he's going away for life. There is no hope left for this man at all. And he is on the phone with his mom going, who does that? Who just happens to just coincidentally drive by the house where your ex-husband has just been shot? Who does that? And who buys bullet bourbon? And he's saying it's all a coincidence, but you know damn well by the tone of his voice, he's thinking to himself, what? Did she set me up? Was this her plan? Have I been double crossed? They were all in on it, right? But was this Wendy's plan all along? That she would make damn sure that Charlie would be named hook, line, and sinker and save her own skin. I mean, it's a thought, isn't it? 19 minutes, y'all. It took her 19 minutes to go from, why, I'm sure I don't have any idea why I'm sitting at the Tallahassee Police Department, to shock and awe. My husband has been killed, to, well, I have this brother that I'm really close to. 19 minutes for Charlie to lose his life.
Well, his name's Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in bad taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay to fix it or whether I should get a new one. And it was always his joke that, like, he knew Danny treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV.
And look at that smile on her face. How bizarre is that? Really, this is the weirdest interview on the planet. Look at her smiling. She's telling the story, smiling, grinning from ear to ear. It's so weird. Come on.
I'll load all the information out of it.
Sure.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like this.
All right. Where's your closest family at?
My family actually just talked.
Okay. And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like this.
All right. Where's your closest family at? I haven't been notified yet.
Oh God. His parents are gonna be devastated.
I'll load all the information out of it. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Well, I mean, that you went up there, you're sitting with them, you had friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well, and I'm so scared that maybe someone did this. Not because they hate Danny, but because they thought this was good somehow.
Oh, are you saying that you think maybe one of your friends would have done something like this?
Who would do this?
I don't know. That's why you're here, and that's why we're talking.
Now watch her smile when she throws Charlie under the bus.
Would you ever ask someone to do something like this?
Not in a million years.
Or
Okay.
within the last 30
Do you
days?
think someone would do this for your benefit without asking you?
No.
What good does it serve?
I made my brother, the one, his name is Charlie, the one I'm really close to.
Yeah,
He
girl.
makes a lot of jokes in bad taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay to fix it or whether I should get a new one, and it was always his joke that, like, he knew Danny treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead
Look at that smile. Wendi, 30 seconds ago, you were sobbing, snot coming out of both nostrils, your makeup falling, your hair all in tatters. 30 minutes ago, you were devastated. Now look at her. She's giving you her Miss America smile, batting those big baby blue eyes at him. What the hell? It really, when you really break it down and look at this, it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And all I can say is this: she was given immunity. And the only thing that I can think of is this: they have some kind of evidence on her alone, just Wendi. They have some kind of evidence on her that they have put in a safe and locked that sucker down. They're not asking any questions of any other witnesses. They're not asking any questions even close to the secret super duper evidence. They got some way, this is my guess, I'm speculating, okay? They have a way to get her and have her found guilty of murder with evidence that we have not seen in any of these 5 trials. They're not even, I believe, they're not even coming close to asking any questions that would get close to the special evidence that is locked up nice and tidy and safe. Right? Kind of like, you gotta have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Right? They got an ace in the hole. So this, when you look at that smile, you listen to her laughing about this horrible joke. The man is nearly dead, Wendi. Someone emptied 2 bullets into his skull, and you are literally laughing to the lead detective about, oh, well, my brother, old Charlie, he's such a kidder. Everybody just loves him. He always said he looked into hiring a hitman for old Danny, but my television was cheaper. Isn't he cute? That's why I'm so close to him. He's my favorite. What the hell? Mm-mm-mm. Bless your little heart, Wendi.
I got you this TV.
Oh, she's still laughing. Look at that. That, man, wouldn't you like to know what's going through that detective's mind right now? Wouldn't you like to know? Is he sitting there going, this really pretty lady, I think she's crazy as a Betsy bug. Sure do. She is batshit crazy.
I mean, he would never. he's my big brother and he's been taking care of me since I was little, but he would never. And I told that to the repair guy this morning.
Right. That's okay.
I said, he asked me how much it cost, and I said I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, if you would never, why'd you bring him up? 19 minutes into your statement, you're throwing your brother under the bus. Why? A brother, by the way, who's willing to give you $333,000 so that you can bribe your ex-husband to let you move to South Florida. Your brother was willing to give up $333,000 so little sister can live the fast life in Miami with King Tato? Wendi, what's your deal, sister? Are you a psychopath? Look, even if this woman had no idea what Charlie and Donna were up to, if they had zero idea about Katie Magbanoa and the boys, why in God, look, my brother, okay, how do I say this? If something horrible happened to a loved one and I'm brought into the police station and they're saying, oh my God, do you know anybody that would do this, that would harm your important family member? Do you know anybody? I damn sure wouldn't see my brother pop into my head. My brother would be the guy that I'd be calling to say, oh my God, come get me. This is horrible. I need you. And he'd jump in the car and come get me. No questions asked. No, I wouldn't be like, oh, now that you mention it, I have this little brother. He is just the funniest little kidder. And he used to tell the funniest, cutest little joke about the man who was just killed, that, he was going to hire a hitman to do the job for him, but instead he bought me a television. Isn't he just the funniest little guy? Oh my God, Wendi, you are going to burn in hell. You have got to feel the flames of Hades lapping at your ankles right now, sister.
Because it was a gift, because my brother said it was cheaper than a hitman. It was my divorce present.
Okay.
Such a horrible thing to say. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But even my family, who felt like I had been mistreated, would never do something like this. Never.
Then why'd you bring him up?
Well, you guys have been divorced for over a year. Has there been any type of abuse in that time?
Oh, yeah.
Of him towards me?
Yeah.
No. It's
taking your law
he's
license?
litigious, and we have an ongoing case because the house, it shouldn't be in my name anymore, but when we settled the case of our divorce, he said, one of the agreements the court said was, Danny wanted to stay in the house. They said, you can have the house, but you need to pay her half of the amount of what the house is worth. And he agreed to it, and then months passed and he just never paid me. Okay. And so we have ongoing litigation where I filed a motion in the court to have him pay me what he said he would, and he filed a counter motion for sanctions against my attorney because he thought that she did something wrong, which she didn't. But so, I mean, she withdrew from the case and was going to serve as a witness. So she's not going to lash out at him for it. She's using the legal process.
Does this seem like an appropriate time to find something funny about your ex-husband so angry with you he's dismantling your life? Is that a good time to be laughing, you think, when he's been shot? Or would you be thinking, uh-oh, this doesn't look very good for me because he's been pretty brutal and there's lots of witnesses to his mistreatment of me. and I have not behaved very well, and I could be in trouble here. If you're completely innocent, all other facts in place, you would have a realization of, oh shit, I might look guilty here. She's just babbling on, giggling and laughing and telling jokes and talking stories like she has no idea that legitimately people will look at you with suspicion given the terrible circumstances of the divorce and the aftermath, right? Yeah, there's that little problem too, C Star. Or even worse than the 300,000, what about his family's heritage, a diamond from the Holocaust? Not to return the Holocaust diamond? My God, who does that? Horrible. Of everything I heard about their arguments and fights, keeping a family Holocaust diamond, I don't know what you have to be to do that. Psychopathic, right? The significance of that diamond to the Markel family. You can't recreate that. And in truth, they weren't like the finest diamonds on the planet. It wasn't the Hope diamond. It's the heritage. It's the survival. It's the continuity of life, right? It's symbolic. That's what the value is symbolic. To her, she was like, "Oh, who wants this?" But to them, it was excruciating symbology. Very important.
To do it. My parents are, very angry towards him. But even when they're around my kids, they would never say a bad word about my kid's father. They're really, really careful about that. They just like him, but they know he's the father of my kids. They would never do that.
Right.
I don't know who would be angry enough with him.
Well, that's what I have to find out.
To do something like this.
The brother that you're real close to, I have to do a lot of elimination at the same time. The brother that you're really close to, the one that joked about the TV and everything, what'd you say his name was?
Charlie.
Charlie, and he's in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what kind of car he has.
He has like 5 cars.
Okay,
He drives I think one of them is an unmarked police car.
Oh, really?
He's a bit of a character.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's driving at the time.
Right.
But I'll tell you, he's a paradox.
Isn't this the right time to stop and go, oh, Charlie, he actually has an unmarked police car. He's such a little kidder like that. Wendi, pay attention to what you're doing. You're losing the narrative.
And he has this practice where he works from early in the morning till late at night. So if you ever wanted to find his whereabouts, he's working all day long until early in the morning till late at night, always driving to a different office, working.
Oh, he goes to different offices?
Yeah, he works in different offices all over South Florida, does implants for people, and he works really hard all the time.
Also, I heard some people talking about this practice of going from office to office to work. It's actually not unusual for what he does. It's actually a really common like business model. Overhead is super duper low. You get more clients. Your schedule is a lot more free. You kind of become the master of your own schedule. So it got put. I learned this researching this case. So it started really being pushed as a potential business model for certain specialties. They started doing it like maybe like I think there were some publications that came out in some of the professional journals like the 2000 or like 1998, 2000, something like that. And so he obviously read about it and then decided to give it a try and found it very lucrative. Because your overhead at an actual clinic, a brick and mortar clinic, your overhead can cost you as much as anywhere between like 45% of your income, even up to 60% of your income, depending on how ritzy your address is. Um, the machines that you use often don't justify the surgeon, even though you still need it. Um, and so for some of these specialties, they do better off floating and being hired to do a very specific case using the existing facilities of the practice that you're contracting to. So it's actually a big money maker.
He has a girlfriend, so he's pretty much accounted for all the
Charlie, was his first name?
Charlie's his first name.
Not Charles?
I think Charles is his legal name. No one calls him that.
What's his last name?
Adelson.
What's his middle?
Jay.
Charles J.
Same spelling. Adelson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What?
What? Oh my gosh.
What?
I can't believe this is happening.
Okay. All right. Let me go get the form for the phone.
Do I need to be read my Miranda rights or something if you're gonna look at my phone?
I can read your Miranda if you want to hear that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure.
I have no reason. I have no reason at this point to suspect you in this incident. Okay.
I couldn't tell from the way you were talking to me in the car if I was a suspect.
Well, no, and the reason was I didn't want to get into everything until we got up here.
Is he still in the hospital?
He's at the hospital, yes. Yes.
And he's alone.
Yes.
Did she say in the car she wondered if she was a suspect? Is that what she said? Help me. Help me, Jesus. Help me, baby Jesus.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is happening.
Okay. All right. Let me go get the form for the phone.
Do I need to be read my Miranda rights or something if you're gonna look at my phone?
I can read your Miranda if you want to hear that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure.
I have no reason. I have no reason at this point to suspect you in this incident. Okay.
I couldn't tell from the way you were talking to me in the car if I was a suspect.
Well, no.
Wait, help me. She couldn't tell by the way he was talking to her in the car if she was a suspect? Why would she be thinking she was a suspect in the car? Why would she think she was a suspect? She didn't know, did she? She didn't know until she got to the police station. She got the text message from her realtor friend, and then the detective said Danny's been shot. So how is she thinking about he thinks I'm a suspect while they're in the car? Is that am I hearing that right? What do y'all think? That's weird. She didn't even know anything in the car. Thank you, Rosebud. Golly, this chickadee. You know what? You're a worse actress than Amber Heard. And you're not very smart. I'm sorry, Wendi. It's true.
And the reason was I didn't want to get into everything until we got up here.
Is he still in the hospital?
He's at the hospital, yes. Yes.
And he's alone.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yes.
And nobody knows he's there.
Well, you know now, and while I'm going to get this phone taken care of, I'm going to have a victim advocate come in here, and hopefully you can supply her with his parents.
Oh my God.
I'm assuming his parents would be his next of kin.
He's a sister he's really close with.
Where is she?
They're all in Canada. He's Canadian.
Okay. All right, they live in Canada.
They all live in Canada.
Okay.
His family's all in Canada.
Okay.
They're gonna think I did it.
No, now, just don't jump to
What
conclusions
the
on that.
hell?
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
All right, let me go get the form for the.
They're gonna think I did it. Okay, y'all. I just have to ask. Okay. Um, would you ever suspect? Let's do it this way. Let's say your very best friend in the world, something happens to her spouse or ex-spouse. If somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, your best friend shot their ex-spouse," would you believe it? Would you? Of course not. People don't believe stuff like that about the people they love, the closest friends, right? His sister is going to say, "Oh, yeah, Wendy totally did it." That's ridiculous. She is doing some angling. She is definitely doing angling. She blamed everyone under the sun except God. In all fairness, that still belongs to Barry Morphew. She did not accuse God, but she accused everyone else. And she gave us the suggestion that it was suicide. Remember that one? He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this to himself. He wouldn't do this to himself. And then she brought up Amy's ex husband. Maybe he did it out of jealousy of Dan. And now she just sits there and says, "Well, should you read me my Miranda rights? Yeah, I mean, if I'm a suspect," and the detective says, "No, I don't think you're a suspect. No, you're not under suspicion." And then she gets all relaxed and goes, "Oh, thank God. Yeah, well, his family's going to think I did it." Ooh, girlfriend. This is not good, Wendy. You're terrible at this.
Phone, okay?
The detective has to get up and walk out after she says, "You're gonna think I did it." It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
For what has fallen in my lap today? You better arrest her. You better put handcuffs on her, read her Miranda rights.
Sorry, you okay?
Yeah. No.
I meant to, like.
It's fine. Our last interaction wasn't nice.
What are you talking about, personal?
Yeah, I'm just looking here. I didn't want him to take the boys this afternoon. I had wanted to have them. And I talked over with my brother and realized, if their dad wants to take them swimming, it's not worth getting upset over. He sent me that message at 9:15 this morning.
You were telling me before, when we were riding up here, that the agreement was that you all were gonna have some type of phone call at 11:15 this morning. Is that correct?
Well, not exactly, just that we needed to have the talk at some point before, we have to decide before Monday of what to do about his school, where Ben's gonna go to school. And he said, "I'm gonna be done." I thought it was 11:15, but when we listened to the message, it was 10:30.
Okay.
When he said, "I'm gonna be out of," he went to like a workout class at the gym.
At Premier.
At Premier.
Mm-hmm.
Said, "I'm gonna be out of it by such and such a time. You could call me then." And I called, but I think we could see what time I called him. I thought it was more of like, let's see, recent calls. I called him. Well, that's him calling in at 9:02. I called him at 11:42 and got his answering machine.
He called you at 9:02?
He called me at 9:02.
Mm-hmm.
The repair guy was there, and honestly, I leave my ringer off a lot of the time, so I didn't even hear the call come in. He left me a message. I called I called him at 11:42 and left him a message just saying, okay, I want to talk about school for Ben, and I assume I'll see you at 4:30 today, when I figured he's going to take the kids swimming,
Right.
and he'll drop them at the house at 4:30.
Okay. So in other words, the whole meeting at 10:30 or 11:15
Just
didn't
didn't
happen.
happen.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me get this. There's a lot of information on here. Okay. It'd probably be easier if I read it to you.
Fine.
Okay. I, Wendi, Adelson, and I got to change this.
Adelson.
I know I got to change that.
It's okay. It's Adelson.
Actually, it's spelled right. I said it wrong. Adelson. Do hereby authorize and give my permission to investigate Adelson, who has identified himself to me as a law enforcement officer with necessary assistance of a digital forensic examiner to make a full and complete search of my cell phone or other digital media, along with data located on additional data sources, locations such as connected to, at, and were at the Tallahassee Police Department. That's the address. I have been advised that law enforcement are engaged in investigation concerning an alleged violation of federal or state law pertaining to a shooting incident. I do further authorize and give permission to take from my cell phone located at 230 47th Avenue.
I'm sorry, is that the police station?
That's where we're at right
Okay.
now. Yeah. Computers, cell phones, computer peripherals, digital media data, which may or may not have a connection, value, or relevance as evidence in said investigation. The above law enforcement officer has fully and fairly advised me on rights as follows. I have the right to refuse consent of the search of my property. I have the right to consult with an attorney or any other person of my choice prior to giving them consent and permission to search the above described property. Any cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media or data, along with any data located on these items or on additional digital storage locations such items can connect to, found by said officers in the course of their search, can be used as evidence against me or others in a court of law. I fully understand and appreciate these rights and wish it be specifically understood that I'm hereby giving consent permission to conduct the search of the cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media data, along with any data located on any additional digital storage locations such items can connect to, solely because of my desire to freely and voluntarily cooperate and assist in this investigation. I have not been promised anything or been threatened or coerced in any way, nor has any inducement of any kind been held out to me in return for this consent and permission to search.
Me too, Jill.
Can I have your phone now?
Yeah.
We sure did, sweetheart.
Stupid question, but are you gonna give it back?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like I need to help
No,
my
you're gonna
family. What's going on?
No, you're going to get it back. It's just I'm trying to expedite this now so I can get it back to you sooner.
I understand.
Be right back.
Wow, she calmed down pretty fast, didn't she? That's impressive. Most people cry harder when they're alone.
Okay, Wendi. Let me get your.
That's the friend I was with calling. Do you want to just decline it? I guess I should talk to anyone right now.
Yeah.
Is there someone I can talk to about what to tell my kids?
Yes, well, we're going to get to that. Give me your phone number on this phone again.
954
Went out
803 0079.
To be fair, you're not friends with
Can I get
you know what I mean?
Daniel's cell phone number?
202 276 8200.
202-276-8200. Okay. Do you know his passcode to unlock his phone?
I don't.
You don't know it?
I don't have a passcode. When
Right.
I was with him, he didn't have the kind of phone that needed a passcode.
Okay.
But he's gotten an iPhone since then, so
Yeah.
he may have one. And I can't remember, like, actually, I remember his passcode to something, but it was like a word in Hebrew with the word one, so it's a word and not numbers. I could give you my children's birthdays in case you want to try that. I really have no idea what it would be.
Okay, let's go ahead with the children's birthdays.
So Ben is 7/29, so it could be like 0729.
What year?
2009. Lincoln is 10/13/2010. They're 14 months apart.
10/13 of 10?
Yeah. I was complaining about him at the lunch.
Sorry. I'll be right back.
The detective doesn't talk out of emotions. Doesn't. Oh, you're bad mouthing Danny at lunch. Okay. What is going on?
Family that I have to Daniel right now. Okay. You are.
I'm so sad for.
So
I was thinking about something else. He told me that he comes. We have week on, week off, but on Wednesdays we do an overnight.
right.
And he told me that he might have some work up in New York and he might not be back in time for the Wednesday overnight. So there's no way that he did this because he had all kinds of plans like for next week that were.
You're saying he would not hurt himself?
No.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't him.
Okay. He has no reason to hurt himself or anything along that.
No, I mean, I can see him being really sad when we first got divorced.
Right.
But now he's got Amy and he loves those boys.
Okay.
And things were really good for him. There's no way he did this to himself.
Okay. I believe you.
Which really scares me because it means there's someone out there that's willing to do this to him, and I'm scared for the kids.
Okay. I understand
And they're at school right now, and I want to.
There's an officer at the school.
Okay.
The kids are fine.
Okay.
Okay. There's no.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell them.
Well, we're gonna help you with that. Okay. But here's what I have to do right now, and I'm just trying. I want to get this down pat. I I know you don't have your phone to refer to,
Okay,
but that's okay.
you'll have all that information.
Right, because I'll check that against what you tell me.
Okay,
Your last phone your last personal contact, in other words, in person with Daniel was when?
he goes by Danny.
Danny, okay.
No one calls him Daniel.
I don't know him, so I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you
Danny.
so that it just feels really impersonal. My last face-to-face contact with him. Wow. We do a lot of like leave off pickup at the school, right? Where one of us will take the kids to school, the other one picks them up. When was the last time I saw him? I definitely saw him when I picked the kids up. I feel like there's something since then, but that would have been.
No, I'm on the way. I'm not familiar with the.
Okay, I'll get Annie because she wanted it before. Yeah.
And that was that morning I drove down, so that was June 30th,
Okay.
whatever that Monday morning was that we drove down to Miami. I saw him, I met Amy. Then we did a lot of Skype, like we'd Skype every day while I was gone. But that's not in person. I came back with my parents. We drove back all together. And then that Friday, which would have been last Friday, a week from today. So if today's the 18th, it was Friday the 11th. That's my other brother's birthday. And I would have seen him, but I had been with the kids for like 12 days straight. And I was getting really sad at the idea of drop off of Danny coming to pick him up. And so my folks said, you know what, why don't you just, so at about 4:45, I just went over a friend's house. I didn't see him that day. And then he had the kids and I got some sort of laryngitis and I was alone all weekend. So that was Saturday, Sunday. And then this week, I missed the kids. So I visited them at school on Monday and Tuesday.
They were staying with Danny?
They were with Danny that whole time, but Danny and I had started on days when we really missed the kids. We'd go have like lunch with them or breakfast with them. So I went and had lunch with them or read them a story. I saw them Monday, I saw them Tuesday. Wednesday was my overnight. And so that was Wednesday. And then he had them Thursday, was yesterday. Yep. So that was the last time I had face-to-face contact with him.
Was?
June 30th.
June 30th, okay. And then yesterday, y'all were conversing on text about this phone call or about this discussion for Ben.
On email, I think,
okay.
About, we'd both spoken with an administrator at the school. And so yesterday morning, I emailed him and said, I'd really love for him to go to this school. I think we should accept it. Here's why. And then I asked him a second question about Ben's birthday coming up because I didn't have Ben on his birthday. And he wanted this Lego thing and I wanted to make sure that no one else got it for him. So I asked him if he was going to do a party for Ben. So I knew ahead of time whether people would be bringing presents or whatever. And so I knew whether he would have gotten it from someone else or whether I should buy it for him. And he wrote back and said, when your voice feels better, let's talk. Cause my throat was really hurting. He said, let's talk. We need to work this out for Monday. And I sent him an email. You'll see it sometime this morning while I was home working on my paper that said, okay, I'm ready to talk whenever you are. I don't know what time I sent it, but if I called him at 11:40, it was either before I called him because I thought normally he would have called.
Okay.
Like when he said I'm done with the class at 10:30 and I had said, okay, let's talk and then sent him a call or an email. Like I thought it was weird I hadn't heard from him, but I just thought like, oh, maybe he's busy with something or showering.
But he told you at some point that he was going to premiere this morning.
Yeah, no, that phone message says I'm going to premiere. I'll be out 10:15, 10:30. And so you can call me after that.
When did you receive that phone message?
Maybe after the repair guy left. So maybe at like, this morning, like at 11-ish or something.
Okay. All right. So you're at your house with the repairman. He leaves. You go back to working on your papers. And then you leave your house around noon. drive down, Trescott's blocked, you turn around, you go back around on Benton, and then you go
There's
to
a tree.
pardon?
I thought it was like a tree that fell down or something.
Right. So,
I didn't even think like that's the house. I saw a few houses blocked off and I'm sorry, I wasted
sorry,
your time.
no, you're not wasting my time. I think I asked you before, you don't have a number for Amy. You do not have a contact number for her, but you know she's a professor at NYU.
Yeah.
You know that her and Danny have been seeing each other, and that she stayed here from the end of June to the 1st of July, just
at least
28
2 days maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she met the children.
Yeah, she met a few friends in town too.
And you don't know anything about her ex.
No, I know she was married.
Right. And she has children.
She has a son.
In New York.
In New York.
Okay.
She's a son. I think he's 14.
Okay. Do you know how old Amy is?
She's 50.
She's 50?
Yeah.
I mean,
she doesn't look 50.
Everything
She's
about
very beautiful. She is, not that you can't be beautiful at 50, but she looks really young. She's very pretty and accomplished. And
you know her date of birth?
I only know that she is 50. I don't, because I was looking her up one time, feeling.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she's 50. She goes by Amy Adler.
Her middle initial is M.
M. Okay.
So that, like, if you looked her, oh my God, if you looked her up on the law school website, you'd find her that way.
Okay.
Her brother's famous. He's like a famous fashion designer. So I think they spend a lot of weekends like in the Hamptons, and she lives in the city and lives like, you know, good life.
Okay. You gave me a name of Matt Price, who's in DC.
That's his best friend.
Is that an attorney?
He's an attorney, yeah. I'm sorry you have to deal with so many lawyers.
That's okay, I'm used to it. I got to deal with the state attorney's office, public defender's office, private attorneys.
The only time I've ever been in this, I represent victims of crime. I represent immigrant victims of crime, so it's the only time I've ever been in this building. Is like advocating for my clients.
And the other friend?
The other friend is Josh Berman, also attorney. He's in New York City.
A city attorney for New York?
No, he's private. They're both private.
Okay. And
they're like the historic best friends.
Okay.
From college and law school.
And then of course Alex is up in Cairo.
I know. I'm assuming they're close. I know that he sleeps over at their house a lot with the kids.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because the kids really love to play together or because they're close, but they spend a lot of time together. I'm sure they're close.
All right. Okay.
Danny's pretty religious, so like he'd be connected with like rabbis and stuff in town too.
Okay. All right. Which synagogue does he go to?
He goes to 2. The one he's most strongly affiliated with is Shomrei Torah. And by the way, if you get a nod that I can use the bathroom, I could really use it. So
I'm gonna make that
I'm
happen
not
right
gonna
now.
die, but if I could just, that'd be great.
Here we go.
Okay. Hi.
She's gotta swap your hands.
Oh,
First, I'm gonna have to do your hands.
okay. Hi. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I got a call. So he has an alarm system in the house, and I
Right.
must still be on the call list for people if there's a break-in. I got a call yesterday. I guess it'll be on the phone when it happened. I got a call from like the company with the alarm company that said like the alarm's been triggered, it's gone off. There's another family in town that we were really close with. The woman's name is Lynn, and she's on the list too, so she got a call. I know this because I saw her yesterday evening. I went to a friend's art gallery thing, and she happened to be there. It's a small town. And she said, oh, I guess I got a call from Trescott. And
Okay.
I said, oh, I got the same call. I said, but I just figured it was fine. So they called yesterday, and I don't remember what time it was, maybe the morning, maybe the evening, but it happens sometimes every once in a while with weather, whenever the alarm gets triggered, so I didn't think anything of it. But I wonder if there was like an attempted break-in yesterday.
I don't know. I'll have to check into that. Do you know what the alarm company is?
It's on my phone, right? The message that they left.
Sure.
I probably deleted it, but then I didn't delete my deleted messages. So if you look at deleted, you could find it.
Okay.
If not, I could probably figure it out. And Lynn could tell you.
Okay.
If you had to ask her.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
But no calls today?
Mm-hmm.
Where did the children sleep the night before? Did they been staying with Danny right along?
Yeah, except week on, week off, but with Wednesday overnights. So Wednesday night they were with me.
When you say Wednesday overnight, Wednesday.
It means like if it's a mommy week, then they're with you all week, except Wednesday night they'd go to Danny.
Okay.
If it's a Danny week.
Right.
So they're with him all week, except Wednesday night they came to me.
All right. And then, so Wednesday night
That's the last time, I didn't tell you this, but I thought about it in the bathroom. I didn't have an interaction with him, but that's the last time I saw him was Wednesday. I picked up the kids and I was going to take them to Whole Foods.
Okay.
And I saw Danny working on his computer in the window of the Whole Foods, and I took him to BurgerFi instead.
Oh.
Because he and I were, divorced,
right.
And interactions with him were hard. And it was my one day with the kids, and I thought, well, if we go inside, it's gonna be like all of us together, and I wanted time by myself.
That's fine.
With them. So I took them, but that's the last time I saw him. So I saw him sitting there Wednesday afternoon working.
He was inside Whole Foods?
He was inside Whole Foods with his computer, writing.
And the kids came out?
The kids didn't see him.
Okay.
We were just about to enter. I saw him. I thought, oh, my one day with the kids, and so I went and got burgers instead.
To the BurgerFi. Okay. All right. So then Thursday,
I got a call.
You got called about the alarm. Had you had any contact with the kids during that time?
On Thursday, I had them Wednesday night. I brought them to school on Thursday, and then no, not after I dropped them off.
Okay.
And there's a record at school of like when you log in, so I probably dropped them off a little before 9, but they could tell you what time.
All right. And then so then he kept them last night, Thursday night, and then he would have driven them to school. What time does he normally drop them off at school?
It varies. Sometimes he has breakfast with him. I got the call from him. It was 9:04, I think. So he must have already just dropped them off and was probably driving from school to the gym. And that's why he was saying, going to this class. I'll touch base with you after.
Okay. All right. And then no contact after that?
We had some texting contact. That's when I was saying that my last contact wasn't very nice. I was saying, well, I wanted to pick them up at 3, and he was saying, well, you are only allowed them after 4:30. And I was like, well, what about last week? I picked them up at 5, and he said I was just being nice. And I said, I guess nice was fun while it lasted.
Okay.
That's things not to.
Okay. All right. His parents and his family, do you have contacts for them in your phone?
I have contacts for at least one of them.
Okay.
I think I've been recently deleting them just because they don't call me. But at least one of them, I can tell you his, I don't know whether it's his dad's name. His parents are actually recently divorced.
Okay. We'll get the phone back. You can supply those numbers.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll attempt to contact them.
Oh my God.
Find out where they're at least in Canada.
It's just the worst thing you could have happen.
No, I gotta ask you something, okay?
Yeah.
Do you own a gun?
No.
Have you ever owned a gun? Have you ever fired a gun?
I think I went skeet shooting about 12 years ago.
Okay, nothing since then? Does Danny own a gun?
Not that I know of, but maybe since I left. He didn't own a gun when I was with him.
Never had a gun around, or
No.
did he ever talk about buying a gun or anything?
He would talk about it, but he's a criminal law professor.
Right.
So sometimes he would talk about things just like
Okay.
to have a discussion about,
Okay.
like, should we have a gun in the home? Is it dangerous?
Right.
As far as I knew, there was no gun in the house.
Okay. You don't know anybody that he owed money to? You don't know anyone?
Just me.
I know, besides you, but it was, and that was under court order, I'm assuming.
It's, yeah, and we have lawyers, and he very much respects, as do I, the legal system, you know,
Right.
so it was working its way through.
Okay.
But anyone he owes money to, I mean, he doesn't gamble, he doesn't drink, like, he doesn't have any vices, he doesn't
Right.
do anything weird. I can't imagine. I mean, I think he annoys people with his, like, legal academia, but I think, like, in the ivory tower here, not like, I don't think he owed money to anyone. I can't imagine.
Okay. All right. I mean, unless you have something I can't think of, I'm looking for some reason that someone would want to hurt him.
Not just hurt him.
Right.
I mean,
I know, but the intention.
I could see one of my friends wanting to shake him.
Right.
But like, God,
Right.
no. I don't know who would do this. And I'm very scared because I don't understand why this would happen. He and I got along fine for the sake of the kids. You heard the message where he was like, well, maybe we'll just take a walk around school. And
Right.
I mean, I found him hard to be around, but so did a lot of people. They all knew he meant well. He was a decent, good human being. He wouldn't hurt anybody. He would never do this to anybody. I don't know who would want to hurt him like this. I really don't.
All right. I need to ask you, was your divorce, you said before it had nothing to do with infidelity, no extramarital affairs or anything like that.
Neither one of us.
It was just simply the fact that you all just didn't get along anymore, or was it just the fact that he was belligerent to you?
He never hurt me physically, but he was emotionally abusive.
Okay.
And I didn't tell most people that. So all most people know is it just didn't work out, and it's just the kids are young and this is just better this way. So other than my family who saw the way he treated me, most people were, well, I think his family was very surprised. He told everyone around the community that I was mentally ill because only a crazy person would leave him. And so there's a lot. But you know, who would, yeah, so that, I mean, that's it. The circumstances, plain and simple, where it just wasn't a really healthy marriage. And I thought it'd be better for the boys if they didn't grow up thinking that's the way you treat women. But he didn't hit me, he didn't hit them. He didn't have a drug problem. He didn't gamble, he didn't cheat on me, I didn't cheat on him. There's no other, I keep thinking the only like unknown I can think of is like Amy's ex-husband. Like, is he still in the picture? Is he upset?
Right.
Danny, I defriended him from Facebook because I found it too upsetting to like see intermittent pictures of the kids. But I wonder, he's very, very public on Facebook about like where he is, when he's traveling, where he's going. And so I wonder if he's got pictures up of him and Amy, and if there's a jealous ex-husband in the.
Do you know where this ex-husband would be?
He'd be in New York too.
Is he also an attorney?
I don't even know his name.
Okay.
I just know when Amy came down here, they went over a mutual friend of ours. It's a guy that works at the law school. This guy Jay and his wife Dory is a good friend of mine, and they have kids, my kids' age. And I said to her, I remember saying, "So what's she like?" Like she met her before I did, and she said, she's really nice and she's very sweet, and she's recently divorced too, so she knows how awkward all of this is to meet the new person. I don't know, and I'm scared.
Okay. Have you had anything happen at your house?
No.
Nothing?
Uh-uh.
And the information for Best Buy for the service tech that was there, that's at your house?
Mm-hmm. I'd be happy. I mean, if someone wants to
we'll
come
get
back
that.
with me.
We'll get that. And that was basically from when he came out there to serve, well, I guess to replace the TV.
He came out to fix it and then told me that what was wrong with it wasn't fixable.
Right.
And so I called Charlie to find out, should I buy a new one or should I fix this one? And he was like, just buy a new one. And
once he left, do you remember what time the serviceman left?
Probably around 10, before 10.
Okay.
And then I left by 12.
But between that
time. And I've been here since like the 07 school year.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go get the victim advocate, all right, and introduce you to her. And as soon as we get your phone back, I'll probably want you to show me some of those text messages. I know it's going to be on the record, okay, but I may want to ask you that, and then we'll.
To meet you one of these six.
I'm usually a lot more fun.
My microphone went off. Maybe it's low on battery. No, maybe it's okay. All right. So she is sitting there now with a victim advocate, and that is pretty hard to take, right? However, this is a very long interview, 5 hours, and we're just an hour and 15 minutes into it, right? So tomorrow I will be working till around 2 o'clock. And then when I'm finished working, then I'll come back and we should be able to get through the rest of it tomorrow. And I'm going to speed it up. I'll do it like 1.5 speed. We'll get that finished in about an hour's time, about 2 hours time. And then we'll have plenty of time to do the testimonies. So tomorrow is going to be everything about Wendi. All right. So what'd you guys think about this? It's kind of weird going back and watching it again, isn't it? After everything we know, the Sigfredo Lewis Katie Magbanoa first trial, Katie's second trial, Charlie's trial, and here we are. It's weird to go back and watch it and pick out and see the mistakes. She made so many mistakes, didn't she? She really did. So that's one of the reasons that I feel like there's a lot of people that think that Georgia is just going to let her walk. I don't think so. I think she's got a nice little chunk of evidence that won't be questioned with other witnesses. And after Donna goes down, I think she's going to move in for the crown jewel, which is Wendi. And I do not think that Harvey Adelson will be prosecuted. I do not think so. I think they've already decided there'll be no justice
At dawn with the pelicans in flight, coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. The rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. It goes like a front porch swaying in the ocean breeze, watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life we find our way, building memories that never stray. Oh, rainbow horizons after the rain, diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we see. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. When the night falls quiet and stars shine bright, I thank the Lord for this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compared to the peace we found in the tide